Hey guys, it's Hunter Hayes. I had the pleasure of stopping by the Everybody Loves Lia show. That's what you call it, right? You should. You totally should. Anyway, got to stop by, got to chat, finally get to come to the studio and do it for real in the studio, and chit-chat, chat it up, and hang out. So here's the results.
Yay!
I wanted to design something that could go with us everywhere, and so I literally had this thought in my head one night. I was in Vegas. I was having dinner with some with like corporate people or whatever, and I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, what could I do? And I had this vision of everything on stage covered in this matte black chalkboard type material.
Right.
Like drums, guitars, amps, all the piano shells, anything, even straps and pieces of the stage and things like that.
Like a chalkboard.
But just make them chalkboard and write lyrics on them. And have this look of just lyrics swimming all over all the gear on stage.
Cool.
And we actually pulled it off. We did it in January, right before we did the Flats tour. And that was my set for the Flats tour. And then now we've obviously added lights and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm adding pieces, and every piece I add has more chalk writing and lyrics and stuff, because I said to myself, what matters to you? What's the theme of this record? What's the thing that matters on the first record, on the debut record? And I realized that it was songs, it was lyrics, it was things that I wrote about, things that mattered to me, and obviously that's what I do. That's all I know. I can't walk in the studio and say, I really want something fast. Let's write something really up-tempo. Because that is so forced, and I end up not getting a song I love. If I get something fast, awesome. If I don't, oh well.
Yeah.
I just have to write what matters, and I think I've just covered myself.
Where do you find yourself going? Oh, do you lean more ballady, or are you looking for, or do you like the more up-tempo songs?
As I'm writing lately, it's a lot of up-tempo stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm finding myself doing a lot of fast stuff, just because that's where I'm at. It's my life right now. It's a snapshot of my life. Is there's a lot of energy, a lot of coffee, a lot of 5-hour energy, and a lot of just natural energy from stage. From touring, from playing. Almost every day. You just have this natural desire to keep things moving. And that's my life story right now. It's really fast, kind of blurry, and but beautiful nonetheless. You know, and so that's kind of what I'm finding myself writing about. So honestly, now it's more fast paced.
So what are you doing for the holidays? Are you going to get to go home?
Yeah, we're gonna close off the Blown Away tour and go back to. We should have a counter for how many times I've said that. We're gonna close off the tour and go back to Louisiana. I'm gonna go back to Louisiana for a couple of days. I haven't been to Louisiana since Christmas of last year. Yeah, and by no means by choice. We've just been really busy.
Yeah.
I got to do one show in New Orleans, which was really close to my hometown, but I didn't go back to Lafayette. So I'm gonna go back to Lafayette and Breaux Bridge and see my family and hang out with them for a couple of days and just kind of. Yeah, who knows? Maybe even rent a studio down there for a couple of days and get back into what I loved about working in Louisiana and get all my old musician buddies around or something. I don't know, just jam. I don't know. I'm just going back home and spending time with them.
Awesome.
Much needed time with them. Yeah.
I'm so glad that you agreed to come by and visit, because
I'm so glad you had me.
it's great.
It's good to be here.
Yes.
So much better than just on the phone.
I
right?
know. You can call, but that doesn't mean you stop calling, because
Okay.
I like your phone calls. And
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll call you when I get to the venue.
There you go.
How about
Call me later. Let me know you're okay.
Yeah.
Do you eat
Totally.
dinner?
Totally, yeah.
I'll talk to you about that. All right. So thank you very much for coming in.
I just wanna wrap you up.
Okay.
I am absolutely certain there is something.
Let's think about this. Okay, well, let me just say this. I'm really excited. I've always wanted to get my pilot's license. In a couple weeks, I'm going up for my first hours in an airplane on learning how to fly. I wouldn't call it a talent yet. I don't want to jinx it, but it is an obsession, if you want to call it weird. That's one of my sort of off the side kind of things that I love. So
Here's the thing. Whenever I talk to somebody, whether it be Dirks or Tim or Toby, when all
They
these
say
guys
something
who
more
have their,
interesting.
I make them talk to me in their pilot's voice. So when you start your lessons,
oh yeah,
I want to hear that jabber that pilots say back to the aircraft.
Alpha Niner to
Yeah.
Lia
Blah, blah,
Show,
blah, blah. Yeah,
control
that.
room, requesting permission to talk.
Runway 13 right, approaching left.
You know
You know,
what?
whatever.
I'll call you when I do the first lesson.
Not from the plane.
Oh well, no, it's
'Cause-
illegal to call and fly.
If
Like,
it's illegal to drive,
text and fly.
and talk
Don't
on
text
the
and
cell
fly.
phone, I'm sick of it. It's absolutely. Also, I'm flying.
checking my email. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Texting while flying.
I'll come back in when I learn the lingo though, and we should have a whole conversation. That
Yes. Well, I don't know the lingo, so I
Exactly.
just want to hear. You
Well,
could
that's the
say
point.
whatever, and I would believe it.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Okay.